What do you do if you open your nesting box and your eggs look like this?
Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Caleb from JMC Family Farms. We started our channel to help people learn about farming, gardening, and cooking from scratch. Today, we are going to talk about eggs with no shells or eggs with soft shells. So stick around. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up.
This is scary at first. You're used to seeing regular eggs, and all of a sudden you might see a soft gel-like egg in the coop. You might see a yolk in your nesting box, or you may see eggs like what you're seeing in the picture here, and it really catches you off guard.
When you are new to raising chickens, there is so much to learn. The problem is you can't learn everything at once. First time we checked our coop and found eggs with no shells or soft shells, I was really concerned. We were feeding a high quality food to our chickens. Our chickens are free range, so not only were they getting the crumb that we were putting in their coop, but they're also getting lots of extra greens when they're out and about. They've got access to worms and bugs and different types of grasses, so we didn't know why this was happening. I contacted our local feed store, and they are always so great to help me when I have a question about something, and they suggested that we add oyster shells to their food, and within about a day or two our problem had resolved. The big question is, what causes a chicken to lay an egg that either has a soft shell or no shell at all? Sometimes this will happen when chickens are just new laying eggs. So they're young, they're just learning, their bodies are just developing, and this can happen. A common cause of a chicken laying an egg that doesn't have a shell or a soft shell is a lack of calcium in their diet or a calcium deficiency. So that's when we added the oyster shells to their diet, and that made a really big difference. And I'm going to show you just exactly what we do with the oyster shells and the type of oyster shells that we are using. They're very inexpensive, but they were great for us. What we do in our chicken coop, we have a big feeder here, and all that we do is we add some of the oyster shells. The oyster shells are those little wee white hard like pellet type things, and we just put them right in the big feeder. So when we put their regular food in here that's full of different vitamins and nutrients and things like that that they do require, we just add around the edge of this, we add some oyster shells, and then we also put some inside as well, and that just ensures that they have lots. The other thing that we do is we just put another little dish full of oyster shells close by their feeder, because then they always have access to these oyster shells, and we just find that they eat as much as their body needs. They just seem to know if they need it, it's available to them, and we haven't had a problem. The oyster shells that we're using, they are a ground oyster shell, and this has been working really great for us. And they just come in a big bag like that, and it lasts a really long time. So another reason that you may find a soft shell or no shell is if your chickens are getting older. That again can be a reason that you may find that their shells get a bit softer. And again, it's just that natural aging process, and that just happens. Although we're using the oyster shells, there are different options that people are using, so please do your research to see what option would work best for you. I know that some people do use the actual egg shells and they dry them and they do put them back into their chicken feed. That's just not something that we're interested in, and the oyster shells that we have just worked so great that we haven't had a need to try that. I hope this information has been helpful, because if you come across a soft shell or no shell in your chicken coop, now you won't be afraid and you'll know exactly what to do. So don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.